This is Mozart Sonata in F, K332. Very popular piece, and it's lovely to see it on the syllabus here. Now what I've done, the first thing I've done is to divide this piece up into tracks, which is practice sections. So if I can just tell you what I'm going to suggest. The first track is from the beginning up until bar 20, the end of the first section, bar 22. So up to there. Track 2 from here up to the end of that section, which is bar 40, and then track 3 from bar 41 over to the end of 70. Track 4 is from 71 until the double bar. Track 5 from bar 94, just by the double bar, to the recapitulation, which is in bar 133. And then track 7 is from 155. Track 8 is from 177. Track 9 is from 207. And the idea of the tracks is, because we're dealing with an extended sonata form movement here, it's a chunky piece, we might want to focus on given tracks on, it's a particular week, we might say, I want to do track 1 and then track 5, and then I'm going to prepare a little bit of track 9, for example. The other thing you could do is to look at tracks that are parallel and that have parallels. For example, if we look at, let me find this, because I think this is helpful in the practicing. If we look at track 2 and then compare that particularly with where that comes back again, track 7. Yeah, there we go. And you'll see that if you look at track 7, in bar 163 is where we find the change, the new bit. It's very helpful to practice those two tracks together. Practice track 2 and then jump across to track 7 and be able to play the two of them, because you'll notice that there's a potential trap there when in track 7 he adds a new chunk to actually keep him in the home key rather than modulate. So there are a couple of other parallels that I'll show you as we go along. You all know the sonata, I think. Nice and open music there. We've got an Alberti bass. Hold on to the pinky. Otherwise, we get something that's terribly dry, and we don't really want to be pedaling this. So the left hand will supply the resonance, finger pedaling. One thing I think it's important to notice is the right hand slurs. How do we do these? Do we lift? Well, if you go on to YouTube and listen to Malcolm Bilson talk about this, you'll hear a very fascinating lecture on this movement, where he does suggest that on the forte piano, it's possible, on the type of piano that Mozart would have known, it's possible to make those silences and not interrupt the sense of the line. But on the modern instrument, where the tone takes a little longer to bloom, it sounds very choppy to do that. So how do we get around it? Well, there's two things we can do. One is to just make strong, weak, strong, weak. That gives the impression of the strong and then the weak, the strong minim and then the weak crotchet, by just tonal weighting rather than releasing. And if you want, you can put in a tiny break if you like.